Will we see this man in two-tone blue this fall? That's the big question that is going to be answered pretty soon. So with that being said, let's go ahead and let's get into it. Yo, what is going on, everybody? It is D-Man coming back at it again with another YouTube video, and today I finally get to talk about Julio Jones. There's been a lot happen since the last time I've been able to record. I'm back home from vacation, so yeah, the past 6-7 videos that you've got, maybe 8 videos that you've watched, I think this is the first time recording a video in like 8 or 9 days. So yeah, all those videos from last week were pre-recorded. I'm sure you guys knew that already. But yeah, there's been a lot go on in the past 8 or 9 days that I haven't been able to talk about with you guys, and I finally am able to talk about Julio Jones and what has happened in the past 7, 8, 9 days. So yeah, let's go ahead and get into it. So you guys heard the comments, or not comments, but the phone call on Undisputed with Shannon Sharpe and Julio Jones. Do I think that was like a legitimate, I think that was all planned. I'm not gonna lie, guys, I think that was all planned. But hey, if it was like legit, that's pretty crazy. But I think that was planned. But hey, who knows? It might not have been planned. But I just think there's no way it wasn't planned. It had to have been planned. But who knows? It might not have been. But yeah, let's go ahead and get into it. So yeah, what was happened? What said? You guys probably already know this already. But what was said? Julio Jones stated that he's out of there. He's not going to the Cowboys either, is what he said. He kind of said like, yeah, with the sweatshirt deal, he had a Dallas Cowboy sweatshirt on, but that pretty much meant nothing, is what Julio said. But the main key there was that he's out of there. So he was talking about Atlanta. So he's out of there, pretty much confirming that he's going to get traded. And again, at the end of the day, it's not his decision. It's the GM's. But I think they respect Julio so much that he's going to go wherever he wants to go. So yeah, let's go ahead and continue here. Tennessee Titans are interested. Obviously, we're interested, guys. Obviously, we're interested again. All 31 other teams should be interested in Julio Jones. He's one of the greatest wide receivers to ever play the game. Again, he's 32, which does bring up a lot of questions health-wise. How many years does he have left? But I think Julio's going to go on a team that's in win-now mode, and the Titans are a team that's in win-now mode. So whether he comes to the Tennessee Titans or not, he's going to go to a team that's in a situation where they can win a Super Bowl next year, in the next 2 years, next 3 years. So he's not going to go to a team that's rebuilding. He's not going to go to a team that's, at least he could. He could. But, I feel like the GM of the Atlanta Falcons, that whole organization, respects Julio. And Julio's going to want to go to a team that's about to win a Super Bowl or can win a Super Bowl in the next 2, 3, 4 years. Yeah, so obviously we're interested. So a lot of situation there money-wise, but hey, who knows? We'll get that handled, I'm sure. And I'll talk about that in the fifth point we'll get to here in a minute. But yeah, the Falcons don't have an offer they want yet, obviously. This is Julio Jones. They're going to want as much out of Julio Jones, but a lot of other teams are like, nah, he's a little old. We're not going to give up too much for him. So I could understand that situation there. But I've heard that the Titans have offered a second rounder for Julio straight up. That was something that was actually tweeted out today. Apparently we have that offer on the table, and that if you want to look that up, you can. I'm not going to say anything. I'm a very, very, cautious dude, so I'm not going to sit here and say stuff that might or might not be true. So, I'm just going to leave that out there for you to look up yourself if you haven't already heard, about it. Heard about us, offering Rashaan Evans and a mid-round draft pick for Julio. Apparently that was shot down. But what I'm trying to tell you to look up is something that could possibly happen. But again, I don't want to jinx anything. I'm just saying that's out there. We've offered something, and they've kind of got back to it. And and a lot of sources in the NFL think that's going to happen. But again, like I said, I don't want to jinx anything, but that is the situation out there. So yeah, they don't have an offer just yet, but who knows? They might have, an offer that they are willing to accept, and they're just going to wait till June 1st, because basically what happens is if they wait till June 1st, they save a lot more money. So maybe they have an offer out there, and they haven't said anything about it, and they're just going to wait till June 1st to accept it to save some money there. But that would be the smartest move for the Atlanta Falcons there, is to wait till June 1st. Again, that's why nothing has happened just yet. Julio Jones says the same words, where he wants to go. And this is 100% true, and I do believe we kind of touched on this earlier. Julio Jones is a highly respected dude, not only in the Atlanta Falcons organization, but across the league. This dude is going to have a say in where he wants to go, because, like I said earlier, the Falcons organization, the GM, they all have respect for Julio and what he has done for the whole city of Atlanta, for the Falcons. Absolute. He's going to be a Hall of Famer, no doubt about it. The dude is one of the greatest wide receivers to ever play the game. He just put up incredible numbers consistently throughout his career. Again, last year he had, he only played 9 games, but in those 9 games he put up around 91 yards a game, which if he plays all 16 games, he's at about 1,500 yards if he averages 91 yards a game. So that's kind of crazy, guys, if you think about it. But consistently throughout his career, he's put up 1,000+ yards, and not only it's not just like 1,057, 1,190. It's 1,300, 1,400+ yards year after year after year. Like, this dude at the age of 32 is better than 90-95% of wide receivers in the league. If you think about that, that's true. It's ridiculous how good this dude is, and what impact he could have on someone else's team. Unbelievable stuff there. Another thing I'd like to touch on here is, imagine this: Russell Wilson, Julio Jones, DK Metcalf, Tyler Lockett. That's ridiculous. You talk about that offense. That's absolutely lethal offense there. But again, like I said, I don't think this is going to happen, because normally when you see star-studded players get traded, you normally see it go from AFC to NFC or NFC to AFC. In this situation, it would be NFC to NFC, which wouldn't make much sense to me. There's been a couple players that have been traded, in conference, but the big names out there that have been traded normally are traded from, opposing conferences. So you have an AFC guy get traded to the NFC, and you got NFC guys getting traded to AFC. It just makes more sense, because normally they don't like to trade in conference, because then they're going to have to play them. So normally when you see big names get dealt or traded, they're normally traded from the AFC to the NFC, or the NFC to the AFC. But that's normally how that goes there. But this would be crazy. Again, I don't think it's going to happen, but hey, there's a possibility. Any team right now is a possibility. I don't look at odds or stuff, because I think the Patriots and the Titans both are really high up there on the odds. I think the Rams have climbed up there too, but I try my best not to pay attention to that stuff, because again, you saw with J.J. Watt, I think the Cardinals were nowhere on that list of teams that he could possibly sign with. So yeah, anything can happen. Anything is possible. So again, I don't really pay attention, or I do. I try not to pay attention. We'll put it that way. I try not to pay attention to the odds and stuff like that. But the final thing is here, money stuff. So again, I want to touch on what is going to happen if we do get this done and Julio becomes a Tennessee Titan. Now, a lot of people are waiting on the restructure, this or that with, Ryan Tannehill's the guy that we've heard a lot of, that needs to restructure. And I haven't really thought about this, but, why would we restructure a guy until we have to? So why would we restructure Ryan Tannehill, and then we end up not getting Julio Jones? I think what's going to happen is, either if you hear one or the other, what I'm about to say, the other's going to happen. So if you hear about someone restructuring for the Titans, maybe tomorrow or something like that, know something's about to happen, whether it be Julio or someone else. Just keep that in mind, because if the only reason we're restructuring is to bring someone in. Because like I said, if we restructure and then not end up bringing someone in, that's basically like taking someone's money. So, there's a reason that we're restructuring someone. So, again, if we're restructuring someone, expect something to happen sooner rather than later. And then another thing, if, the first thing you hear is the Tennessee Titans have traded so-and-so for the Atlanta Falcons, Julio Jones, excuse me, then later expect so-and-so has restructured their contract to, for us to be able to bring in Julio. We got to make room there. So, yeah, that's pretty much it, guys. So, yeah, I was saying a lot, earlier this month, maybe last month a little bit, we had to have someone restructure. Not really. Obviously, we had to have someone restructure, but you got to go ahead and make sure we're going to get Julio Jones or someone else before we restructure, because then there's no point unless we're bringing someone in. So that's what I'm saying. So, if we hear about someone restructuring their contract, just know something's about to happen. I'm not going to say it's Julio, but something's about to happen. But yeah, let me know down below. I want to know some of your guys' opinions, throughout the past 8 or 9 days that I haven't been able to record. Yeah, just let me know some stuff, how you guys been. Let me know what you feel about this Julio Jones deal here. And yeah, it's great to be back recording videos again. So let's go ahead and let's end this thing. So yeah, with that being said, that's going to do it for the video. Hopefully you guys did enjoy. And until next time, I'll see y'all.